In this video, I'm going to give you my 10 best lead sources to get listings. It's the same sources that help me grow to 100 listings a year in my real estate business. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you how to implement these strategies into your business. And we're starting right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brandon. If you want to grow your real estate business, learn how to get listings, and learn my reverse selling system, start now by subscribing to my channel, hitting the bell so you never miss another video. So we're talking about the 10 best lead sources. These are the same lead sources that I use in my business that help me grow to 100 listings a year. And like I said, at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can implement these into your business right away. Now, before I jump into these 10 lead sources, the important thing to understand is, if you've watched any of my other videos before, these lead sources all have their hand raised, and we know with absolute certainty that they want to sell their property. No sense of going after people that we don't know that already want to sell, right? So why not go after the people who we already know have a need? Starting with number 10. Pre-foreclosures. Pre-foreclosures are simply people that have started the foreclosure process, but there's a 3 to 6 month window where you can go after this type of lead and get the listing before the seller forecloses on the property. Number 9, probates. What's probate? This is where somebody inherits a property or is given a property because somebody in their family has passed their property to them through a death, and it has to go through the court system. What you'll find with probates, when you start to prospect probates, a lot of these people don't want anything to do with the property. What do they want to do with the property? You guessed it. They want to sell the property. So it only makes sense to start going after people that are going through the probate process, who have inherited a property that they want nothing to do with. And the other great thing that I love about probates is you get to build relationships with probate attorneys. What a great channel of business to get incoming referrals from probate attorneys. Number 8, assisted living. Well, what am I talking about? Well, about 3 or 4 years ago, I made it a focus to go after assisted living facilities. Why? Think about this. In everything that I teach you to do, I want you to be hyper-targeted, hyper-focused with all of your activities, because we only have a finite amount of energy, right? And so with assisted living facilities, think about all of the people that are transitioning into these facilities. Where are they coming from? Oh, that's right. They're coming from a home, and a lot of these people have to use the money from the sale of the home to pay for their stay in assisted living. So you go after the sales managers at these assisted living facilities, and you simply build a relationship with these people, because the inbound prospects that they have coming into their facilities all have homes to sell. Now, in the comments section below, my question for you is this: have you started going after assisted living sales managers? No competition, high need in the marketplace for listings. Have you started going after this lead source? In the comment section below, let me know. Number 7, downsizers. What's a downsizer? These are folks that are 60 years old or older, have been in their properties for 20 years or more. And what do we know is about to happen? A lot of these people that are in larger homes, in 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 square foot homes, that have been in that property for a very, very long period of time, they're getting past retirement age. At some point in the future, a lot of this demographic will downsize either into a condo or into an assisted living, like we just talked about. And so you can focus your time, energy, and effort going after this specific niche in the marketplace with, again, very low competition, with a high need, and you can have great communication with these folks, build a relationship with them, so when the day comes where they have to downsize their property, who gets the listing? That's right, you get the listing. Why? Because you built the relationship through low pressure tactics that I teach you with reverse selling, and you become the obvious choice. Number 6, expired and withdrawn listings. Obviously, this is a very, very popular lead source. A lot of agents go after this lead source, but it's probably the lowest hanging fruit lead that we have in the industry. What do we know about this lead source? These are people who have hired a real estate agent, tried to sell the property, but the real estate agent failed to do it. So what a great opportunity for you to use our reverse selling system, go and build a relationship with the consumer, with the homeowner, showing real tangible value so that you can get the interview when the time is right to become the obvious choice so you get the listing and you build a client for life. Number 4, one of my favorite lead sources of all time is the divorce niche. Now think about this. A lot of real estate agents, for whatever reason, are not going after this lead source. When people go through a divorce and it's a terrible situation, however, they sell their house. For the most part, I don't know, I think it's 85% of the time, the marital property gets sold because the spouses apart can't afford the property like they did when they were together. So again, another lead source where we know that the need is there, the motivation is there, and we can help these people. And the best thing about the divorce niche, check this out. The best part about the divorce leads, this is why it's number 4 on my list, is you get a massive amount of opportunities from going after one lead source. How? Think about this. So yes, you're going to get the listing of the home that they owned when they were married, right? So they are going to sell that property. A lot of the time, both spouses have to do what? They have to buy another home, right? So you have an opportunity to sell 3 houses with going after one client. Oh, and it gets better. One of my best secrets in my listing business is divorce attorneys. You see, divorces are something, unfortunately, they're going to happen forever. They never dry up like FSBOs or expireds. They're always there. It's a massive need for people to sell their properties. And if you build a relationship with 10, 15, 20 divorce attorneys, you could be getting 2, 3, 4 listing referrals every single month before you even wake up. And that's exactly what's happened to me in my business. Number 3 on our list, for rent by owners. For rent by owners, these are people that are looking to rent their properties on their own without a real estate agent. It's like a FSBO, but it's a rental property. Well, why is this number 3 on my list? For rent by owners are similar to my number 1 lead source, which is I'm going to talk about here in just a second. A lot of landlords that don't do this full time, that maybe have 1 or 2 properties to rent, they're a massive headache for these people. And so the 3rd biggest source of listings in my business is for rent by owners. We call them using my reverse selling scripts, which you can get the link to my script book below this video. We use this reverse selling system to help build a relationship with people that own rental properties. And when they have their property up for lease, this means that they're looking for a tenant. Their hand is raised. We know that either the property is vacant or they're in a very, very interesting position because they have to switch tenants. Well, when you communicate with this demographic, and you explain to them, hey, did you know that you could sell your property for this amount of money in today's market? Would it make sense for us to at least look at some options for you to sell the property versus hanging on to it long-term as a landlord? And what you'll find is a lot of these people tell you, sure, you know what, we'd be open to that. And so for rent by owners is the number 3 lead source on our list today. Number 2 on my list, and you guessed it, it's the for sale by owner. I've made pretty much my career after going after for sale by owners. I believe it's one of the easiest lead sources to build a listing-based business. And if you've been following me for a while, I've got a full-blown training program, training system where I mentor agents all over the country how to get 2, 3, 4, 5 FSBO listings every single month. Why? Because my reverse selling system works so well with the for sale by owner demographic, because I teach you the opposite of what all of these other real estate trainers are teaching you, which is go and hammer these for sale by owners, tell them that their decision to sell their property on their own is a bad idea. I don't believe in that. I believe in neurolinguistics, I believe in Socratic selling, which is what I call reverse selling, where you stay in the game long term with the FSBO, building real value along their home selling journey, so that when the day comes where they've had enough, and we know about 80% of them won't sell on their own, who becomes the obvious choice? You guessed it, it's you. And so I teach agents this exact system, my follow-up system, all of those things. If you want to learn more about that, I'll put a link below this video and you can jump on a call with me and check that out. My number one lead source. So we've made it. Congratulations. And my number one lead source, drum roll please, absentee owners. Brandon, what's an absentee owner? Absentee owner, similar to the for rent by owner, these are people who own rental properties, okay? But they're not in the position to switch tenants yet. And so unlike the for rent by owner, with an absentee owner, they still have a tenant in the property. And so the reason why absentee owners is my number one source of listings, it's my favorite source of listings. The reason why I like it so much is when we look at the best way to get listings as a real estate agent, we've got to look at competition, need, motivation. We have to look at all these different factors. Well, with the absentee owner, it's almost like the perfect storm. It's very, very low competition. There's not a lot of other agents calling this source of business like there are with FSBOs and expireds. The need for these people and the motivation is extremely high, and it's very easy to contact these people using my reverse selling scripts. Again, you can get my script book below this video, and build a relationship with them, talking and educating them until the point where they have to make a decision. See, what's going to happen with absentee owners is a day is going to come where that tenant leaves the property. You've been communicating with them for the past 2-3 months leading up to the end of their lease, and they're going to have to make a decision. Should we sell it, or should we rent it again? And now you own that relationship. So you get so many opportunities on a consistent basis with absentee owners because you can build a massive pipeline, a massive database of property owners who have rental homes that they no longer want. That if you use the script and I just ask a simple question, Bob, Susie, if the day comes when the lease is up and you knew that you could get a great price for the property by putting it on the market and getting it sold, would you consider that when the day comes? And a lot of them say, yeah, Brandon, I'd be open to that. And I say, okay, great. Well, I'll stay in touch with you. And when that day comes, we can look at some of those options. Is that fair? They say, fair enough, right? So it's a very easy, low pressure way to communicate with this massive demographic. And the other thing I love about this lead source is there's thousands of them in every market, and you'll be shocked at what you find. So here's what I want you to do next. In the link description below, there is a link to get all of these different lead sources. So what you have to decide on is, okay, which lead sources am I going to go after? Because I don't want you going after all 10 of these. I want you to pick your top 3 to 5. Just 3 to 5. And I want you to, I'll put links below this video where you can get all of these different lead sources. So if you want FSBOs expireds for rent by owners, I'll put a link for that. If you want to get absentee owners, divorce, probate, I'll put a link for that. And so, and then in the comments section below, let me know what your favorite lead sources are. And so I want to thank you for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel so I can continue to provide you value in your real estate agent business. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.